Hey everybody, let's go ahead and get started. We've got a lot to get to today to wrap up Tech Talk. So first, I want to welcome you to Tech Talks Week 6, the final week of this 2020 Tech Talks. Thank you so much for those of you who have been with us at any part in the series, and even just today. Thank you for being with us. I know a lot of you have been with us since week 1, and for many of you, I could probably rattle off a couple handfuls of names here. This is not your first Pathstone workshop. So we have people who are here from Next Level and Boot Camp and Money Talks, Child Care Provider Series, the Survival Kit Series, our small business forums. Thank you guys so much for showing up to these and for showing up for yourselves. That's the first step in success and business ownership, is showing up for yourself and that initial investment in you and improving yourself and your abilities. So thank you for coming. And today in Tech Talks, we're going to be doing more of that, more self-investment. We're going to be learning about website development, content creation, content management, and we have a great presentation from Mike Warren today. You guys met Mike last week when we talked about web development last week, and he's here today to teach us even more. So be ready for that. We'll get to that in just a few minutes. But first, again, this is Tech Talks presented by Pathstone Enterprise Center and SPA Capital Management. I will let Anthony introduce himself here in just a minute. I want to take a second to thank our sponsors, M&T, our sponsor, M&T Bank, for allowing us to do this, allowing us to come into your Zoom machine, whatever that is, your computer, your phone, your iPad, and allowing us to talk directly to you. I am Adam Tidrow. I am Business Development Officer, Chief of Staff for Pathstone Enterprise Center, and I'm the guy who just gets to talk every week. So I get paid to just talk to you guys, actually talk at you guys. So thanks for allowing me to do this and being so engaged with us. One way you guys can increase engagement is by using the chat feature. In the bottom of your screen, right there in the middle, there's a chat feature. Use that chat bubble. Tell us who you are, why you're here, what your business is, what you're hoping to learn. And then over the last 6 weeks, what questions have you had that have not been answered yet? We'd love to answer those questions. And toward the end of today's presentation, we're going to have a little longer session for Q&A, and so we'll be able to get to those. But now I want to introduce Anthony Dixon, who is kind of the brains behind this operation. He has built the curriculum here and organized everything. So Anthony, I want to thank you for coordinating Tech Talks and putting on such a great workshop. And I want to give you a few minutes to kind of say hey to everybody and do your kind of synopsis of what we've learned and what we're going to learn today.
Oh yeah, thank you again, Adam, and thank you again, everyone, for attending. Like always, I say the same message. My name is Anthony Dixon, Partnership Investor and Small Business Consultant with SPA Capital Management. SPA is a holding company that invests in small businesses through a partnership model. If you want more information on that and you want to see a cool video that I did, feel free to go to spacm.com to view that video, or just to get a little bit of background on who I am and why I created this company. I would like to thank Pathstones again, Adam, Jahida, Dion, for this opportunity, allowing me to partner with them. I also want to thank all our partners, all our presenters, all the way from Jessica Lewis to David Simons to Mike today, as well as Mr. McCarley for coming every week to engage us with his banner. Really cool to see him all the time. And then I definitely want to get a shout out to our sponsor, M&T, for giving us the opportunity to bring this to you guys, who has been here every week and given us a chance to just discuss some things on technology. Again, Tech Talks was the idea to talk about technology and how to use it in the 21st century, right? We're all business owners and we are very busy. How can we make our day-to-day more efficient, more effective, and get results done? There's a really cool quote that I like to quote from a book that I just currently read. And I really like this quote because it kind of talks about us as people and who we are, especially as we're dealing with COVID and being in this time. So it's It's a quote from Kevin Kelly. He is an editor at Wired magazine, W-I-R-E-D. He says productivity is for robots. Humans excel at wasting time, experimenting, playing, creating, and exploring. I love that ideas, because a lot of us as business owners, we want to be in our passions and doing that. And there's a lot of things that we have to do as business owners, but we can now turn to technology to make our lives more wasting time, like thinking about new ideas and things that we want to see to come. We can start to experiment and put these business models together. We can start to play, and that's having those leisures, taking more time to go outside and see the parks and learn that Rochester does have a zoo. And you can actually go there if you get some early tickets, and museums and stuff like that as they reopen. We started this journey back on September 2nd when I introduced marketing and sales. And again, marketing is one of those things that you need in your business. It's telling people who you are and what you're about. It's using that bullhorn to get people excited about your widget, the thing that you sell, that product or that service, and why you are the best at doing it. And then that sales strategy is to look at people and see where they are. They're not going to come into your business that first day and actually sell. But if you understand where they are on that buying journey and your process aligns with them, then it's easier to convert them over to a paying customer and get that experience that they're looking for. They want to be comfortable in making that decision of buying your product, and that's how you do it. Then we took the second week and we went on to listen to Jessica Lewis and talk about branding. What's your mission statement? What is your value proposition? Every day I tell you my mission, it's the same as always. Spot Capital Management is a holding company that looks to invest in small businesses through a partnership model. And that is super important for me because that is my mission. That is the reason why I opened my business and why my brand exists. And getting your brand online is super important. And you want to make sure that it has that good logo. My logo was actually hand-drawn by somebody that I really care for, and that's why it's there. It's not really professional. It's not corporate. It's just something that a person that I really am passionate and love in my life to see, and that I want her to be able to see her work out there. And that's why I use that logo. So your brand is who you are and what represents what your brand represents and means to that outside world. And we saw that color palettes with Jessica. Then we took 2 weeks actually, to talk to David Simons at Kingdom Social Media about how social media platforms can be used in this day and age. How you as a small business owner can engage with your customers directly. You don't have to wait. You can have that dialogue and you can actually hear what they're saying and actually do something about it. And it's pretty cool to be on those different platforms and how to use it and how to keep them engaged. And now in our final weeks, we're talking to Michael Warren at View Signage about web development, which is very technical. And yes, it does get a little daunting, but again, this is your business card when you cannot physically meet your customers where they are. They're gonna look at that and go back to, is this person competent? And does this person has warmth? Will I be able to get what I need from their products and their services? And again, content management is key. People want content. They want to be able to engage with what you're saying and what you're doing. And again, Michael Warren will talk about that today on how to manage that through some software and some technology. So I appreciate you guys again for just taking that time to dive deep into your business, learning what technologies you can use to kind of move your business forward with efficiency and effectively, and not be stuck in that productivity rut, but actually experimenting, wasting time by creating new things and exploring the possibilities. So I appreciate you all, and I thank you again for spending these 6 weeks with me, and hopefully we end with a bang for you guys. So thank you.
Awesome. That was a great synopsis, Anthony. Thank you so much, guys. Like Anthony touched on, we we've covered a lot of material in the last few weeks, and that material is all available on our YouTube channel. So check us out on YouTube at Biz Up Buffalo. It's also in those post-workshop emails that we send out. So if there's anything you missed or anything you want to go back and view, make sure to view those YouTube videos and go back to your email and find the slides that we send out as well, and use those as your handbook as you use technology for your business. So we're about to get into the meat here, the meat and potatoes of today's presentation. But first, we're going to go through a few rules of engagement. You guys have been here before. You know the best way to communicate with us is through the chat feature. It's right there in the middle of your screen at the bottom. But if you're not comfortable with the chat, feel free to communicate with us. Come off of mute and talk to the rest of the group out loud. Any way that you want to communicate with us that makes you comfortable, we are up for that. So please do that. If you're not speaking to the group, go ahead and keep your mic muted. It cuts down a lot of that background noise and that static, and that helps everybody hear a little better and keeps the presenter and the Pecky team focused and bringing you the best content we can. A lot of you are on camera right now. If you don't want to be on camera, because this is being recorded, this will go out on YouTube. If you don't want to be recorded, please take yourself off camera. I tell everybody every week, and Mr. McCarley laughs. I do it just so he laughs. The reason I stay off camera is because I'm so good looking, it would intimidate the rest of you, and none of you would turn your cameras on. Yes. So please, if you do want to be on camera, please we'd love to see your smiling faces. If you don't want to be on camera, feel free to turn that off. But a little bit about Pecky. We are a nonprofit community development financial institution. We're mission-based, and we provide small business loans and technical assistance to individuals in financially underserved communities. We also do loans from $5,000 up to $250,000, depending on credit readiness and business preparedness. But what we do, what really sets us apart from everybody else is what we're doing today. Our business development workshop series, our one-on-one assistance with industry experts like Anthony and Mike Warren and Michael McCarley, as well as mentoring and coaching and networking. And one of the best ways to network with everybody here in the group is, again, I keep saying it, the chat feature. Let people know who you are. And in just a minute, we're going to let you guys network with the group out loud, a few of you. But if you want to know more about Faststone Enterprise Center, please check us out on the enterprisecenterinc.org. You can also look at us on our brand new website, bizupbuffalo.org, that is specifically for our technical assistance products, these workshops, the one-on-one assistance, mentoring and coaching and networking. So please check us out there. We're also on Facebook and Instagram. All of our workshops are broadcast out over Facebook Live. So if you can't find us on YouTube, or you'd rather check us out on Facebook, you can always catch us on Facebook Live. And our only announcement for the week, because Tech Talks is coming to an end and we are now in the final quarter of the year and we're preparing for 2021 to bring you guys an even stronger, even more exciting and exhilarating program slate in 2021. The only announcement we have is that on Monday, we are continuing the Next Level Workshop series, and that is with Mr. McCarley, and I believe that's week 5. So I'm going to give Mr. McCarley just about 30 seconds to tell us what we can expect to learn in week 5 on Monday from 12 to 1:30.
Thank you, Adam. And for everybody that has been attending the Next Level series, I definitely want to thank you. We're going to continue this journey, going down that road. It's going to be one more week of heavy math, laugh out loud, but we're going to actually talk about the success formula. Last week, we talked about before success and the necessity of that and trying to determine what your market is actually going to be for the purposes of presenting to others. We're going to actually move into the success formula itself. And I'm also going to show you, this is for those folks that attend, a trick in determining what numbers you're actually going to use for your financial projections so that they seem reasonable even to a financial advisor. So I look forward to seeing everybody on Monday.
Wonderful. Guys, these classes, these Next Level classes are an opportunity for you as business owners and entrepreneurs and those of you who want to get into business and be an entrepreneur, to come in and really learn a lot from an expert, and to really learn this very well-structured curriculum. So come in and join us Mondays from 12 to 1:30 through the end of November. So there's always an opportunity every week for you guys to come in and learn from Mr. McCarley there. Also, be on the lookout over the next few weeks, the next couple months, for our small business forums. We had one last Friday that is up on YouTube now for nonprofits. You can check that out if you are thinking about starting a nonprofit. If you're in a nonprofit, if you want to know if you should go the nonprofit route or the for-profit route, check that out on our YouTube. We had a great panel of nonprofit experts there to answer questions and to provide us with a lot of information. So check that out. It's just an hour long, and it was wonderful. It's one of my favorites that we've done of any workshop. So, and now I want to know who you are. Before we do that, though, I want to let everybody know that we have a workshop participant who has been with us. I believe she was with us in boot camp as well, Barb. She is having some health issues, and she emailed us and let us know that she was struggling. She couldn't make class for a couple of weeks here. And if you guys would just keep her in your thoughts and prayers, and send her prayers and good vibes, good thoughts, because we want to see Barb back in action. You guys are like family to us, and I really mean that. Dion and Anthony and Mike and Jahida and we all talk about you guys like your family, like you're one of us, and like we're one of you. So when one of our family members is down, we want to do anything we can to get them back up and running. So just keep Barb in your thoughts and prayers. And now I want to hand it over to Dion and let Dion call on a few people to introduce themselves and their business to the group, and so we can all get even more familiar with each other.
Thank you, Adam. And even though I'm looking a bit crazy today because I did not blow dry my hair after washing it, I wanted to come off camera so you could see my face and my sincerity when I echo what Adam just said. You are all like family to us, and I hope you think of Adam, Jahida, Michael, Anthony, and myself as your inner circle when it comes to developing your business idea, your business, and know that we're always here for you. We're always here to support you, to provide you with the assistance that you need to start or grow your business. We just love seeing your names. If we don't see your faces, seeing your names pop up in the participant list every week. And I am so proud of all of you who have shown up week after week. This is an investment in yourself and your business. It really is. And you have made the commitment to that investment, and you've been here every week. And I am just so inspired by all of you. So I'm going to just change it up a little bit today. There are a couple of names here that I've never seen before, so I will first call on them. If you would just introduce yourself, tell us a little bit about your business, if you feel so inclined. Ash?
Yes, good morning.
Hi, Ash. How are you?
How about yourself?
I am good. Thank you for attending. Do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself and your business?
So I haven't launched my business as of yet, but I'm looking to be a contracted worker through Whole Life for Healing, a life coach. So my whole goal is to have people, through their interactions with me, get a better sense of self, feel more empowered, and have a clear view and clear plan to get to their goal. All about like mental roadblocks, knocking them down. I also do tarot readings, and I hope to, I'm sorry, I had a rough day already, but I hope to open a performing arts center as well, but that's more long term. So
It's great. So you're an artistic entrepreneur. I love that. Thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you.
And I hope you have a better day, Ash.
I appreciate that.
You're welcome. There was a new name I saw in here, but I think the person dropped off. So I am going to call in just two more people that I know and who've been here before. And I'd like you to tell us about yourself and your business, but I'd also like you to share with us the one thing that you have learned and has stuck with you throughout this series. So I'm going to first call on Alfonso.
Hello?
Hi, Alfonso. Welcome.
Hi. Welcome. How are you?
I am good.
That's good. And
So,
what was your question again?
tell us about yourself, your business, or your business idea, and the one thing that you have learned from this series, one thing that has stuck with you.
First of all, my name is Alfonso Thornton. My business is called Burst of Balloons with the addition of Funzo the Clown. So what I do is I go around and I decorate facilities with balloons. I make a creative design to make people happy. And with my clowning, I go around to do clown parties for kids. I do balloons, I do magic, and I also do a little face painting, and I do a little skits and stuff like that. So I've been in business for a while. I took classes with Mike and everybody, and I just like taking the classes because even though I hear the same thing, I still learn something different all the time.
Yes.
So that's what keeps me encouraged about taking these classes, because I learn something different all the time. So my goal is to get out there and actually start my business, have a storefront, and then just go full force with it.
Great, wonderful. I love that. Sometimes it takes us, a couple passes before it finally clicks. We get it, right? And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. So I love that you keep coming back, you keep doing this, and you're always learning. And then finally, I know I'm watching the time, Adam. I would like to ask Maxine Scott to share a little bit about herself, her business, or her business idea, and one thing that she has learned from this series that has stuck with her. Maxine?
I'm like in a bad way too today, and I'm listening. I really am not. I can't talk right. I really can't talk right now because I'm a little upset.
I'm sorry to hear that. That's absolutely fine. Absolutely fine. Okay, Ebony, I'm gonna ask you to share. I hope you're doing well today and wouldn't mind sharing. I always love to hear about Mommy Village. Ebony? No, okay. Latoy, how about you?
Oh, I'm sorry, I was eating.
Oh. Go ahead, dear. So remind us who
I'll
your
share
business.
time though.
Ebony?
Yeah. Hold on. Oh, let me put this food down. Okay. Now I forgot what I was supposed to do. I can share next time.
Sure, absolutely. That's fine. That's fine. Latoy, would you like to share very quickly your name, your business?
Hi, can you hear me?
Hi. Yes, we can hear you. Great.
Well, my government is Latoya Jetter, but everyone calls me Toy. Makes it easy. my coupon, not my coupon. Lord have mercy. I'm sorry. The name of my business is named Coupon Queen. And I have been in business for 5 years. I've been facilitating coupon courses and budget courses within Buffalo Public Schools and CAO. I took some time away because I had some personal things going on. So we've revamped the module now because the way I was working before, in order for me to make more income, I needed more of me. And I couldn't figure it out at that time. So I've figured out how to expand the module so I can actually sell the idea and give the education to other couponers that have my same skill set and teach them how they can gain the government contracting and the contracting within other organizations themselves. And there's other levels of couponing, other levels and streams of income that you can receive from couponing besides what most people think of, like, oh, well, I'm gonna buy some games from the lady next door. You can actually make a website, monetize it, monetize your YouTube channel and add all these other things. So I'm sorry, I know I'm over talking it because I don't have my pitch in front of me right now, but that's the gist of what I do. And I'm here to network with people and get around like minds and people who can assist me in furthering where I'm trying to go.
That's great. You're perfect. Your pitch was pitch perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank
for
you.
sharing. Thanks everyone for sharing. Again, thanks to Adam and Anthony and Mike and Jessica and David. You've done a wonderful series. Thank you so much. And I'm gonna now hand it over back to Adam.
Thank you, Deanna. Thank you everybody who shared. Wrapped it up. That's a great 6 weeks. We heard from a lot of different people. So in Next Level, if you guys are in Next Level, we can share in there as well. But if you guys didn't get a chance to share and you wanted to share, go ahead and put your information in the chat. Let everybody know who you are, how they can get a hold of you, and what you can do for them. And now, the man who's going to do something for all of us, Mike Warren, is here today to talk about web development and content management. So Mike, I'm going to hand presentation power over to you, sir, and let you begin your show. It's all yours.
All right, let me share the screen. All right. Hello, my name is Mike Warren. For those of you who are not with us last week, I'm the founder and owner of Signage LLC. My company helps organizations improve their operational efficiency, customer engagement, and offer management through digital signage and marketing. This includes the development of indoor digital billboards, websites, SEO, mobile apps, and custom digital projects. Okay, learning objectives. Okay, we're going to do a quick recap of last week's discussion. And with this discussion for this week, we're going to understand the critical issues to watch out for early on, understand how to manage your content, know which CMS platform to choose, and how to start building your website. Okay, last week's discussion, we discussed why a website, what the importance of a website is. But basically, if you have a business, you have to have a website now. Most consumers are used to businesses having a website so they can look them up on their phone, at their own time. We spoke about the 8 essential things that you need to know for your website. We spoke about the domain name and what that means. We spoke about hosting, which hosts are better, which are better than others. We spoke about design and design principles. We spoke about SEO, search engine optimization, and how that helps your site and how that lists on Google as well. We spoke about e-commerce and payments, the difference between merchant account and a payment and a payment gateway. We spoke about security and web analytics. Okay. Okay, first, other things to watch out for. Okay, just like a house that you are going to build from scratch, right? It takes planning, and a lot of consideration on both you and the developer side. This is like the place where you rest your head, okay? You don't want it to come crumbling down because of ill planning. All right? The more bells and whistles you want your site to have, the tighter security that you will need, because each bell and whistle, plugins, is like another entry doorway, a window into your site for unwanted entities to come through. So just like you make sure your doors and windows are locked before you go to bed each night, each plugin would need to be updated with the latest security patch, sometimes on a monthly basis. Right. Oh, and also, one thing that you have to consider is having custom 404 pages that's on your site. So basically, when someone goes to your website and there's a page that is expired or no longer exists, it just shows an ugly, 404 page. You can actually customize that to say, oops, you went to the wrong place, or you can make a joke, things like that, and say, or just automatically redirect to the home page, so customers aren't confused about, excuse me, about why they went to your website but they don't see anything. Okay, that's a bad impression. Right. Understanding the basics of content management and software. Okay? We're going to get into that right now. All right, content management, CM, is a process for collection, delivery, retrieval, the governance, and overall management of information in any format. The term is typically used in reference to administration of the digital content lifecycle, from creation to permanent storage or deletion. The content involved may be images, video, audio, and multimedia, as well as text. And let me move this out of the way here, sorry. All right. Okay, a CMS, a content management system, is computer software or an application that uses a database to manage all content, and it can be used to develop a website. So that's where you get CMS from, okay? All right. The rise of inbound marketing tactics, such as social media, online video, search engine optimization, mobile, paid media, and email marketing has created a need for good quality content. Content is king. You have to make sure of that. People will not go to your website no matter how pretty it is. If you don't have the right content, that might only be their only visit. Okay? It is said that the average person views hundreds of advertisements each day, and the number is increasing each month. What our minds decide to pay attention to depends on our interest and how compelling the advertisement or piece of content is. It is important for organizations to understand their demographic target market, target persona, and serve up content that will break through the clutter and hit home with their targeted consumer. Consumers are more likely to see content through the use of their mobile or tablet device. You have to make sure that too, that your site is responsive.
Hey, Mike.
Yeah.
From your personal perspective, tell us a time that you've seen like a website that's just really not good, in the better words, and why wasn't it as good as it should be, especially when you're talking about the content that was on there.
Content management. Let me see. I said it was good. I don't want to give any names, but there's some content. Well, first, you go to a website and it takes forever to get there. Okay. And once you get there, they probably have a video running on the front of the site, which is taking too long to load. They didn't trim it or anything like that. And, the images are bigger than what they're supposed to be. They have very little content, so I don't really know where it's going, and the navigation is off. Our old style. So basically, they use a template that was probably back from 2001, and they just put in some content in there. So they just filled in spaces into the empty spots just to fill the content for the template, but not really putting content in there that they wanted to in the very beginning, or content that relates to their business. So before you look at a website, you have to figure out your content first. So figure out your content first, then design it second, okay? Because it's just gonna look like some type of paper mache, thing you just put up there in a day. And when it goes to mobile, a lot of times the navigation will break and it won't look right in mobile. So I've been to sites where, you go to the mobile, version of the site, and it's off. They didn't plan for mobile, and it basically kind of looks horrible. You have to pinch and zoom and, things like that. And it's too much work because you mostly look at websites on your mobile phone now. So if you have to go to your mobile phone to look at a site and you have to pinch and zoom and things like that, and you have to really, turn your mobile, phone sideways to really find out what it's saying, it's too much work. And consumers nowadays don't want to work that hard.
That's definitely a great point. So on that line, like when I'm going to someone's site, what's something I should see first? Now, what's the thing that I should first see that can engage me, especially that tells me what this business is and what they're selling and how I could.
Well, if you're going to look for the company, then they should have a full website. The first thing that you should see is the company's what they're doing, either their mission statement or small statement of who the company is. So it has to kind of to reassure them that they went to the right spot. This is the company that you came to look at, and so this is what we're going to give you. Or if you're looking for a certain product, it could be a landing page. So like if you're going through an ad, or depending how you got to the site, maybe because you've seen some nice shoes, by Nike, they have an advertisement, and you want to go to Nike site. Nike site's huge, but if you click on that link, you want to go right to the picture you've seen in the advertisement. So of course they're going to have a landing page to say, boom, okay, here's the sneakers, how much they cost, it was made by such and such, this and that. Here's all the details on the sneaker, buy now. So you have to, so consumers are used to seeing call to actions on the website. And that's one big thing. They're used to seeing a call to action. So when you go to the website, either from, depending on how they got there, they want to see a call to action on what to do next, or they want to see more about the company. It all depends on how they got there, the advertisement that brought them there. If it was a Google search, if it was a Facebook ad. So really all depends on actually how they got there, how they were lured to your website. If they want to see an overview, or they want to see one product. So that's the difference between a website and a landing page. And the marketing that brought it there. Does that answer your question, sort of?
Yeah, that's, and the point I'm trying to get is that clear and concise attribute to your website, making sure that it actually tells them exactly what they're doing, what you do, what they can expect. And it goes back to what we said in the beginning. Your marketing leads them to either a phone call to you or to your website. And your website is that tool that is like inspiring them to go forward, making sure that you are the person that you said you are, and you're doing what you said you can do. So it's one of those
yeah, it's relevant. When you have a website out there, I mean, that really solidifies what you do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. So yeah, I just wanted to break that in so people can get an idea of why content management is so important. It's how people see you and how they like look to engage with you. So thank you.
And also makes you relevant, and it keeps you honest, because if you're not really doing that, it's very easy to get reported. I mean, if your content is not relevant to what you're doing, Google will not list you. So so it also says that you are relevant in what you are doing as well too, and you can't hide from reviews, this and that. So it's basically out there. So it brings a new kind of meaning to being public, because it's worldwide, but local to everywhere at the same time.
Thank you.
Yep. Next screen. Okay. Now, why a content management system is needed? Okay. Content management systems store all of your web content in one place, supports effortless collaboration, assist in creating dynamic web pages, allow for quick and easy updates to be made. It offers handy plugins and tools to make your website as effective and secure as possible, while saving you both time and money. Okay? Using a content management system as your website platform offers a variety of benefits that are all game changers. Content management systems store all of your web content in one place. Okay? So it supports effortless collaboration between you and your team, assists in creating dynamic web pages, allows for quick and easy updates to be made, offers handy plugins, tools, to your website as effective and secure as possible, while also saving you both time and money. I just wanted to kind of stress that. Saves you time and money. And content, it's like a AI taking yourself and putting it together how you told it to. And it'll do it every time that user brings up your website on the screen. It'll put it together for them automatically, whether it's mobile, tablet, or whether it's your desktop computer. It'll just take it from database and put it and arrange it in the stack that you set or in the layout that you set automatically.
Yeah.
You can get it to respond depending on how advanced you want your website to be, and if you want to be interactive or not.
And a lot of people see SEO as that way of getting more people to their page. But again, content management is important because, right, it helps Google to see and make sure that your website is up to date and it's actually relevant, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And it helps us with SEO too, because there's keywords that Google looks for in your site. So if you're selling shoes in Rochester, right? Google's want to see, the word shoes and Rochester all over your website. And not only that, but all the words that are related to shoes and Rochester on your website as well too. So it's going to scour your content to see if not just shoes and Rochester and you're selling them, but also they want to hear the attributes of the shoes, the attributes of Rochester. Where in Rochester? Is Rochester, New York, Rochester, Minnesota? Things like that. And it takes all this information and makes it relevant, because Google does not want to look stupid and bring someone to a site, because they're a search engine. So they have a so they have a status to uphold as well too. So you have to think about that.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
That is relevant to what you're selling. Google will want to search, will want to list you. Okay. Let's talk about what's the best CMS. Okay. Okay. Well, there's certain attributes that CMSs have that you should definitely look at. First is ease of use. You want a CMS that makes it easy for you to create and edit content. This often means having a drag and drop interface so you can add different elements on your pages. That could be one option. It should be quick and straightforward for you to make changes to the content on your site after publishing it. So after you publish it, it should be easy for you to go back in there and change a word or two, no problem. If you can't change a word or two on a dime, then that's not easy to use. Design options. Your CMS software should offer you plenty of website design templates to choose from. It should also allow you to easily customize those designs to your own requirements, ideally without writing code. Data portability. A great CMS platform should have tools for you to easily export your data and move it elsewhere. For instance, you may later decide to choose a different platform or a different hosting company. Data portability makes it easy for you to move around with complete freedom. Okay? Extensions and add-ons. Not all websites are the same. This is why it is impossible for any CMS platform to come with all the features that would fulfill requirements for every website. Extensions and add-ons fix that problem. These are separate software that you can install, that you can just install on your CMS software to extend its features and add new ones when needed. Think of them as apps for your CMS platform. Help and support options. Although CMS platforms aim to make building a website as straightforward as possible, you still might have some questions. Find out what help and support is available. If you get stuck, like for instance, Wordpress.org. You can go there, they have a forum, you can ask questions, and most likely your question has already been answered, so you just have to search for your question. That's 90% of the time, because their community is huge. Okay, some CMS providers will have a handful of frequently asked questions and customer service teams that are painfully slow to respond. Others will have a big supportive community that can help you on basically any time, day and night. All right, we're talking about the 6 of the best CMS platforms. All right. Okay, WordPress.org. Okay, the pros for that one. Okay, WordPress.org offers you, okay, it's not the, what they do is they offer you the actual CMS to download, and then you have to choose your own host. So let me go over the pros first anyways. Offers you the flexibility and freedom to build any type of website. Okay, it does not require technical skills or programming knowledge. You can always use it and to make it better and to make it more dynamic or whatever, or interactive, but you don't have to use it to have a good looking site. You have complete freedom to make money online in any way you want, as long as it's legal and as long as the IRS says so. You know, WordPress does not stop you from making money. You know, they have no restrictions. There's thousands of free and paid plugins, and again, there's a great support community. The cons: you need to set up your own hosting and domain name. You have to do that on your own. And the platform has so many options that it may feel daunting. There may be hundreds of a plugin that you want to use. There may be hundreds of different types of plugins. They all have ratings and they all have you know, details that you can look through. So that might seem kind of daunting. It's almost like going to the store and you don't know what toothpaste to buy, but there's like 50 different types of toothpaste out there, and you're just like, oh my God, which one to get? You know, so that, you know, that flips some people out. Well, actually, this one story I have is my friend came back from Iraq, and he had sort of like PTSD, and he was doing okay, and we were going to Wegmans, and then he just couldn't believe all the different products out there. He's like, these people have too many options. What's going on? And he's like, you know, they're complaining about sending a line that's 5. You know, the man is sending a line in Afghanistan where I was when we were managing all these people giving out bread. But anyways, let me go on to the next thing. Okay, Joomla. Joomla gives you lots of flexibility and plenty of options, just like WordPress. It gives you tons of options. It's almost the same thing. It's easy to edit your content once it's created. It's also open source, and it has a huge support community, just like WordPress. The cons with that: you will most likely need a developer to get started with Joomla. It's not as straightforward, and it's not like a one-click install for this template. There's other things that you have to do to make it work properly, and you're going to have technical skills with Joomla. There's not as many plugins with Joomla. It's not as popular as WordPress. There's not as many independent developers working on it. Incompatible plugins will break the site. So you can have 2 plugins with Joomla that don't work together at all, and it'll break it. Usually with WordPress, you can have tons of plugins and they'll usually work together because WordPress is standard and how they program and everything like that. And then they have to keep up with it, you know, monthly. With Joomla, I have personally seen, you know, things break when using plugins. So you have to make sure that plugins work together, they're the right version, and that they communicate properly together.
Hey, Mike, I
Yes.
know that Ms. Jeter has experience building a website and using things like Dropship and also content management. I wonder if she would like to come on and kind of talk through her experience of building her website and some of the things that she would like to highlight and kind of
Okay, sure.
her experience. Ms. Jeter, is that something that you would like to come off mute and kind of talk through your experience of building a website?
Well, I'm I call myself a YouTube University advocate. So I just had a yearning to want to get it so bad that I couldn't afford it, that I YouTube my way through it. So I'm no expert by any means at all. I use a lot of free sources to make everything that I have. There's things like Canva and something called Vengage. So I utilize a lot of the free templates, if you will. I go to GoDaddy and I find the cheapest way to buy my domain. You know, I won't get all that privacy and stuff like that, and I'll play around with it because for me, I think that it's just my mindset that I feel like a .com isn't that important necessarily, depending on what I'm doing. So like I have another business called it's bda.site. So I play around with the other, instead of .coms, the other options, so I can save money. And then I go to the external places. I use Wix. I like Wix. And this is why I need to, you know, educate myself and come to Pathstone, so you guys can let me know if I'm spending too much money, because I don't know if I am or I'm not. You know, I'll
How much are you
buy the domain
spending?
out for a year or two, and I'm going to Wix, and then I'm taking off the ads, so at least it looks professional. And when you scroll down to the bottom, it doesn't say 2020 powered by Wix. At least it says me, but
Okay.
that's as much as I do.
Okay. Sounds pretty good. It's very intuitive that you're able to use different tools to get what you want done. I mean, that's very technical. I mean, it's very technical savvy.
Okay, but that's it. Nothing major, you know, just Googling some stuff and using what I found. That's it.
That's what you do. I mean, when I'm sitting there programming at even complex programs all the way from back in 2001, I use Google. You know, if I needed help with any type of programming thing, whatever, I would just type, you know, that programming line right into Google, and there would be someone else that's having issues with that program line or something like that, and there's 10 answers to it and everything like that. So yes, so I knew Google was going to be huge from the get-go, because it's amazingly powerful with anything that you want to do.
Yeah.
So
and that's a good conversation. How many people in the chat have been at YouTube University to kind of build out their websites or to look at their CSM? So put that in the chat right now if you've been to YouTube University to kind of build out your website. And would love like somebody like Mike to come in and help you kind of fit that. So if you've been there at YouTube University trying to build out your website, put that in the chat, yes or no, or you're still waiting to get a website as Mike continues. But I'm curious to know that.
Okay, so continue and then we'll just
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, the next one is Shopify. Okay, Shopify with these pros. The pros: you can accept credit and debit cards through Shopify's integrated payment solution, Shopify, and Shopify Payments. PayPal is also included as one of Shopify's default payment providers. There's lots of extensions and themes available for Shopify. You can buy third-party Shopify apps that let you add all sorts of features to add to your online store. Shopify has 24/7 support through live chat, email, phone, and even Twitter. There's lots of documentation and online forms as well. The cons with that: your costs can end up quite high, especially if you want to add lots of third-party apps to your store. You may find that you want to add functionality that simply isn't available. Shopify's apps are more limited than things like WordPress plugins. Okay, so if you're used to WordPress, you'll find that Shopify has a lot less plugins than that WordPress does. Now, WordPress.com. Now, WordPress.com, WordPress.org are different in that the WordPress.com will host your site. It's very easy to get started with WordPress.com. The cheapest plan, again, is free. But again, if you want to, the con is, if you want to add a custom domain, you have to pay for that. You know, that's the cheapest paid plan, is to pay for your own domain, because your domain will end up being, you know, shoes.wordpress.com, which is absolutely free and it's very easy to use. You know, but you have to pay for your own domain name. And again, that's another way to go with it. But the thing is, there's not as many plugins as WordPress.org. WordPress.org is sort of more open source and will give you a lot more plugins. A lot more developers around the world are programming for sites like WordPress.org and not WordPress.com. WordPress.com is a smaller base. But again, the support is about the same. Now, Wix. Now, everyone knows Wix by now, and they continue to get better. You know, every couple of months, they continue to get a little better. Okay? The pros of Wix: Okay, Wix's drag and drop interface makes it really easy to create pages that look just how you want. You can select any part of your page and start editing it. There's lots of pre-made templates you can choose from in Wix, not as much as WordPress, but it increases, like I said, every few months. These are fully responsive, so they look great on mobiles, on mobile apps and computers, or mobile phones and computers, and also tablets as well too. Again, you can add lots of apps to your site from Wix, from the Wix app market. Okay. The cons with that: once you've chosen a template on Wix, you can't change to a different one. This could mean that you get stuck with a layout that's not quite right for your site. And you can't run an e-commerce store on Wix unless you upgrade to a paid plan. And even then, you can only accept payments through PayPal or Authorize.net. And whatever PayPal or Authorize.net accepts, you would have to go with that, because that's who they work with. Okay, now Blogger. Okay, Blogger is also very easy to get started with. You can set up a blog in minutes, and it's well designed for writing and publishing posts. There are a number of gadgets that you can add to your blog for free, so that you can include things like a contact form and even ads on your blog. Your blog is hosted by Google, so you don't need to install anything, update anything, or pay for hosting. If you want to run a website that isn't a blog, Blogger won't be the best CMS platform for you. It doesn't have any e-commerce features, for instance. So if you want to just have a blog, Blogger is perfect. If you want to do more, I wouldn't use Blogger. Well, all the themes available are free. They're pretty basic. If you want something more specialized, you need to hire a designer. I think, Adam, you had a story you wanted to tell about Blogger. You had some experiences about that. Hello?
Yeah, sorry guys. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, so actually I used Blogger when I was in college, and it was great. Sorry, I was eating my yogurt there, Anthony.
Oh, that's all right.
And Mike. Yeah, but so I had a Blogger because it was free. I was in college. It was free. I was able to get my thoughts down. It was actually, you could, even back then, you could customize it to, have the templates and make it look the way you wanted to. And at that point, I just had the blog, but it was so easy to use even back in, this would have been 2010, 2011. So it's easy to manage. I think it's through Google. You can connect through Google there. It's, I don't know if it's Google's response, but yeah, it's definitely hosted by Google. So very easy to use. And I am not a tech guy. I'm not a programmer guy. I'm not a website guy. So this was a great solution for me, especially since I just wanted to kind of get content out. I just wanted a place where people could come and read what I was writing.
Right. So yeah. So even if you want to experiment on writing something, you want an audience or whatever, you just want to, Blogger is an easy thing to just pull up and just start, blogging, basically, whatever you want to, if you have good content. Again, content is king. So if you have great content and that's all you're worried about is getting your content out in the best possible, in the best type of blog fashion, Blogger is great for you.
Yeah, and that brings up a great point. It depends on who your audience is and how technical your website has to be. So you'll be able to do that once you understand who's your target audience and what are they using your website for. Because if it's not for e-commerce, it's just for like a blogging page, that's always good. But yeah, if it's just because they want to know who you are and what you're about, and that leads to discussion, I think that's it's good to know who your audience is.
Okay. All right, now how do I use these platforms? Okay, we'll do like a simple walkthrough just to get you started. And this is an example for HostGator. Okay, this is just to get you started on just simple things. Let me do. Share. Okay, can you see the HostGator screen?
Yeah, you're good. Yeah.
Okay. So if you want to sign up for HostGator, you obviously go to hostgator.com and you see, starting at only $275 a month. You click on Get Started. All right. You go here. They have some different plans. They have the hatchling plan, the baby plan, and the business plan. All right. The business. Now these are starting. So again, the starting price, you want to try to, if you're dead set on getting a website and, you have a solid business, you want to go forward for, at least a few years or something like that, lock in at the lowest price that you can, and again, see what they offer. As far as like independent developer like me and everything, like View Signage, we offer like a little bit more and more hands-on for, for straight rate a month, $10 a month. These prices will go up to more than $10 a month eventually once your first plan expires. So make sure if you're going to go with this, that that you lock it in for 3 years, just to see if you can at least do that at this low price a month. Okay. All right. So the next page, once you choose a plan, like you choose baby, you go to register domain. Now they say enter your domain. So now you can search for domains. So whatever you want to do, whatever domain that you want, you just type it in and it'll automatically tell you if it's available or not. And again, this is the same for register.com, domain.com. They all go to the same database to find out if your domain is taken worldwide. Okay. Because 2 domains in the world will not be able to work together unless it's a .com and a .net. So those start to see if your domain is available or if you can buy it. That can be an option as well too. But you'll see that when you go search for your domain. Okay, choose a hosting plan. The package type is baby. Here you can change it. The billing cycle, again, here the most that you can do is 36 months. So if you are going to go with a hosting plan, with HostGator or something like that, I would choose, the highest billing cycle. If you're not just experimenting. Here you're going to choose a username and a security PIN. A security PIN is very, very important. Very important, because when you have an issue or something happens when you're with this site and something goes down, whatever like that. Because again, if your site is up, if they say your site is up 99.9% of the time, that leaves 5 hours a month for your site to be down. Okay, so again, I don't know 0.9, let's say 99%. It leaves 5 hours a month for your site to be down. So when that is down, when it's down like that for whatever they're doing over there, switching servers, whatever they're doing, you want to ask a question and you want to call them to find out what's going on, they're going to ask you for your security PIN. Or if you go, to an online chat, this is going to be very hard because you can have your username, your password, and everything, and do all that stuff. And when it comes time to do that one button push to revert your site back to how it looked yesterday, they're going to ask you first for your security PIN. If you don't have it, it is very hard to get back. I just know from experience and from arguing with tech people about my security PIN. Okay, they can't change it for you. Now you enter your billing information, email, confirm email, first name. You know the drill for that, and you just enter all your stuff. And as far as billing goes, and then they have additional services. So you can, choose things like keep your visitor data safe and build confidence in your website, $33 a month, for an SSL certificate. This certificate you would use if you have consumers communicating back and forth with you on your site, if they're buying stuff from your site, if you have anything if you have passwords on your site, or if you have anything that you only want certain users to see, you would usually have SSL on there. And usually, I mean, today, for any site, it's good to have SSL on it because it can be attacked. And if your site can be attacked, that means your site will eventually attack all the users that go to your site, and it'll attack their computers as well too. And then Google will ultimately list your site as an attack site. So when someone goes to it, it's just going to show red. This is an attack site. Get out of here. That's what Google's going to say. So, I mean, and that's if there's any type of plugin or any type of thing where a user can enter in information like a form. So if you have a form on your site and someone can put in information, click submit, you might want SSL because a skilled hacker would be able to type in code and then directly attack your database in a number of different ways. The next one, protect your site from hackers from help with site lock. This also does the same thing. I guess SSL is more for client security. Site lock is more for your security. And the site lock does a lot of different things. It alerts you when things don't look right. It alerts you when, when someone's messing with the form too much, all different types of things. That's $199 a month. Site lock, I kind of do recommend if you want security on your site. And I'm not sure if it's HIPAA compliant. If you have EPHI on your site, you may need both SSL certificate, site lock, and other things. But I mean, for anything else, e-commerce, that's fine. Site lock is pretty good. I used it before, and that's good. Office 365. If you are doing business through Microsoft tools a lot, like PowerPoint, you manage your business ledger through Access database, using Excel to to send your clients invoices and things like that. Office 365 is a really good choice. It's only $4.99 a month, and you get all the Microsoft products updated every single month, all the products they have, and you get to use it at your leisure with all their templates for your invoices and everything that you can think of. So that's something you think about, but again, if you're not worried about it, don't check it. If it looks good, but if you're not using Office 365 currently, I would just say just leave it unchecked. You can pay for site backup your hard work, powered by CodeGuard. This gives you site backup every so often, so you'll be able to do a one-click restore on your own. And if you don't have that, again, the technicians that works with the host will be able to back up your site because they do a backup anyways. So they back up their stuff all the time anyhow, and you can always go to them to get it backed up. But it's not guaranteed. But I know for a fact that they back up all their stuff, and you can always call them and have it back it up. But they'll ask you for your PIN. If you don't have your PIN, they're not gonna revert your site. Okay. Improve your search engine ranking and increase your website visitors with HostGator SEO tools. And again, I haven't used the SEO tools. I have just done SEO myself. It's just the way you build your site. It's the words you use. And just think that artificial intelligence is going to go through your site and see if the shoes that you're selling is more relevant in Rochester than anyone else selling shoes, or where do you rank? And it gets getting smarter and smarter. So it really all depends on how you structure your content, how you have your headings, your subheadings, and your information, and is it good content or is it not good content? Okay. All right, and from here you have a coupon code, you can enter that. And then from here, you just click submit and you're all set to go. And from here is where it gets technical, and you may need, technical assistance, or if you know what you're doing, everything else is basically self-explanatory. Choose your template and then keep moving,
Cool.
or get help from this point. But this will get you started, and this will handle all your costs for, besides a developer. So that's the best way to choose your costs right there. Any questions with that?
Yeah, I would love to open it up to questions from any questions that you may have. It sounds like a lot of people are just getting their website. So I'll be,
Okay.
it sounds like a lot of people might have that questions around how to find a developer and what to look at to help them kind of build their website. So yeah, anybody who wants to just unmute yourself and ask questions at this time, I would love just to open it up to that.
Yeah, this is Mike. Can you hear me?
Yes, hear you.
Yes, I just wanted to know about soliciting your services. What, I'm kind of just want to get it done. I appreciate do-it-yourself advice, but if we just want to go ahead and get your services to help us get there, how do we go about that?
Okay, we'll just contact me, and then we can have a meeting,
Okay.
either on phone, or you can send me details at info@viewsignage.com with what you're looking for, and then we can talk about, you know, the features that you want on there, what you're trying to do, and we can come up with a price that works for you.
I'm sure that we get the Tech Talk discount, of course. So if
Yep.
if
I
they
think that's an Adam's question.
if we
Yeah,
put on
hey.
put your contact in, will they forward us your contact?
Yes, I believe my contact information is on the slides.
Okay, so we'll get those.
Yeah. So Mike and Mike, if you guys want to keep me involved in your conversations, I'd be happy to see what Pat Stone can do to facilitate that relationship there.
Great. I'm already claiming it, so yes, I want it done. I'm more on the business side. Yes, we got to get it done. So thank you for your presentation.
No problem.
I love it.
I know Ms. Jeter has a question if you want to come off mute and ask.
Okay. So when you were going through the HostGator part, like I said, I'm not a techie, so I don't understand it. I believe that Wix is hosting my site. Am I correct when I say that?
Yes, because Wix is also a host. Wix
Okay.
is, yeah.
So now that I see you on HostGator, I've heard of it, but I've never seen this. So what I'm trying to do is see what is my cheapest option within my own doing, but I didn't see that HostGator had a template. So I'm wondering if it's any purpose of me, if I'm okay with where I am, because I'm cool with my site, but I don't know if it's worth transferring the hosting to HostGator, or if HostGator has a template that I could build from, so I could see if this is another avenue of something that possibly may be better for me besides Wix.
Okay, HostGator uses WordPress as a template.
Understood.
Yeah,
Got it.
they use that option that I spoke to first, WordPress.org. They use their software, and they have it integrated into their site with the cPanel and everything like that to be able to control every side of it, or on every side of HostGator. They have a one-click button push install for WordPress, Joomla, and Drupal. So they're already, their site and their configuration, the user interface is already optimized for people who want to use WordPress. So anything WordPress can do, you can do with HostGator.
Understood. Okay. Thank you. You've answered my question.
Yep.
Thank you.
And it's also very hard to transfer your site from Wix to HostGator. You most likely will have to build another site. Because
that's what I'm learning now about. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. But I'm pretty okay. And yeah, but thank you. You helped me. I appreciate it.
All right, no problem.
Cool. Any other questions, comments, concerns? I know, like I had the experience of building my first website, and it took me a lot of tries. I did the same thing. I went on Google, I went on YouTube University, and I tried to do it. And I had a lot of technical questions, and it's really cool to have someone like Mike here, because he can give you that backdoor kind of questions and answers that you could definitely use.
I have a question. If Mike knows anything about InMotion as far as hosting websites?
InMotion?
Yes. Are you familiar with that one?
No. I could look it up, give my opinion on it, but no, I don't know anything about it right now.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Yeah, this is Alfonso. I have a question.
Yes.
Can you put like animation and stuff inside there, inside your website?
Yes, you can do animations on the website. They'd be HTML5 based instead of Flash based. I used to do animations with Flash all the time for all types of interactive things. Then everything went to HTML5. But fortunately, it's the same tools I used to use to do Flash animations is the same tools I use to do HTML5 animations now. So yeah, it's definitely possible to put bandwidth safe, low memory animations onto your website to make it load fast and make it look nice. So that is possible.
Okay. All right. Good. Thank you.
Yep. No problem.
Any other questions? Please, again, feel free to come off mute before
And one
we.
more.
Yep, go ahead.
I don't know if this is something I will have to get someone to help me with, but I'm trying to create a searchable database. It's called, in the coupon world, we call it a coupon database. So essentially it's like an Excel sheet that someone can type in anything and they could search it. Is that something I can create within my own doing and Googling ability, or do I need you to help me with that?
Let's see. Either way, it all depends on how tech savvy you are, because there are programs that will do that automatically. So there are programs like that, but then you have to configure them. The programs I know is on GitHub, where you can grab stuff like that. But just to use GitHub, it's very technical. And you know, at first I shied away from GitHub because everything I had to do to use the programs it had. But it does have very nice, robust programs that you can use once you know how to use just the GitHub site. You have to get past that. But there are other, because it's usually by MIT, you know, computer societies that they put stuff in the GitHub. I mean, you can get things that you don't even think of out of GitHub to program whatever, but you just have to know how to use it. But there are other places where you can also get programs like that from. I can program that, you know, just it's off my own knowledge. I mean, it would be a lot less expensive for me to do it, or for you to even do it, you know, with a program that's already built. So what I would do first, I would look for a program, at least a bare bones program that's already built, and build on that, but only if they have a good support team. Like, they'd have to have support like WordPress if it's going to be an open source. But again, everything is there for you. It'll cut weeks off of development time. But again, but again, I can build that from scratch as well too. You know.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll connect with you on the side. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yep.
This is Dion. Question for our participants. How many of you have websites? And if we could offer, would like to have a site audit? Just someone to take a look at your website, its functionality, aesthetics, effectiveness, and provide you with some recommendations. If this sounds like something you might be interested in, just type in the chat, please.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea, Dion. And it looks like people are taking you up on that. Yeah, so I'm gonna turn it back over to Adam. Thank you again, Mike, for coming out and just giving 2 presentations on something as technical as website development and content management softwares. It's something that is super technical, but it's definitely needed as you're trying to engage your customers online. And I just appreciate everybody and you for coming on. So thank you.
Yeah, Mike, thank you so much. This is great. I learned a lot. Like I said, I'm not a website guy. I'm not a web development guy. I can write a little content, but that's where my ability ends. So this was a great class just for me personally, but I know that everybody who was here got a lot out of this as well. So I'm gonna, Mike, if you can give me back hosting ability, I'm gonna bring up a couple slides here as we close out Tech Talks. I want to give everybody another chance to ask any questions about today or about any questions they haven't been able to ask over the last 6 weeks. And you can put them in the chat. You can put them. You can come off of mute, and we'll take them that way too. But I want to make sure that any questions you guys have, we are able to answer for you, even if it's in a follow-up email or something. And while we wait for those to come in through the chat, remember that lunch is on us. We don't get the opportunity to be face-to-face. We don't get the opportunity to meet and give you guys some food. So we want to give you lunch one day this week or next week. So if you're in Buffalo, excuse me, goodness gracious. If you're in Buffalo, we have Sunshine Vegan Eats and Freddie J's Barbecue. And if you're in Rochester, we have El Pilon Criollo and the Arnett Cafe. So let us know where you want to eat. We will give you a voucher to to either of those places, to any of those places you want. We will send out those vouchers in the next couple of days. Also, we're going to be sending out a post-workshop survey with the follow-up email. And with that survey, oh, yeah, Anthony, go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to again, to make this program these workshops a lot better, we definitely need your buy-in feedback. So again, when you do see that email about feedback, please kind of do that survey, because it allows us to build a better discussion for you guys, and it also allows us to just keep you top of mind as we're building this. And to Cindy's question, Mike, if I'm not mistaken, you did build a nonprofit website before, right?
Well, yeah, I've.
Yeah, I think it was Big Brothers Big Sisters, right?
Who, me? No. No, my nonprofit was a long time ago.
No, I mean build a website for a nonprofit.
Right, build a website for a nonprofit. I remember building some programs for it, but not actually a nonprofit. But I wouldn't be opposed to it.
Okay.
You know, but I have built one for it, but that was it was a long time ago specifically for a nonprofit.
Yeah, I'll just come back to you. I thought it was.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
No, that was a different person.
That wasn't you. All right. Nope. So again, guys, just when you see that feedback, please do it, and I'll give it back to Adam.
Yeah, the survey is just going to take a minute or two for you guys to fill out and tell us how we did, what you want to see next time, and how we can be better. You know, we're not asking you guys to tell us that we're great unless you think we're great. If you know, tell us what we need to hear to be better. So let us know that. And again, I want to thank Mike Warren and all of our presenters over the last 6 weeks for coming in here and educating all of us and making us all better business owners and better equipped business owners and managers and leaders in our community. We're now able to, we understand this technology a little better. I know that it can be a bit overwhelming at times, but these hour-and-a-half sessions every week have been a great chance for us to all come together and learn something as a group. And again, these are all going to be on YouTube. These will be coming out to you via email in the next couple of days. By the end of the week, you'll have an email with links to everything that we've done and today's video and the surveys and the slides and everything. So please take advantage of that and let us know what we can do better next time. Let us know what other types of workshops you want to see. What have you not seen yet, and what can we do for you? And one of those workshops that that maybe you haven't seen yet and you want to join is the Next Level. And it's a 12-part series. We're getting ready to start section 5 on Monday. It's not too late to join us. We'd love to have you. Mr. McCarley's going to be leading the rest of that and talking to us about how to be an entrepreneur, business owner, getting that mindset and what it takes to be successful, and how, you know, success is all in the preparation. So with that, I want to thank Anthony Dixon. I want to thank Mike Warren. I want to thank the whole team at Pathstone, Dion and Jahida, and our sponsors, M&T Bank. Anthony, before I let everybody go, you're the boss here. Did you want to say anything before we close out?
Yeah, just really quickly, again, thank you again for this opportunity, and I hope you got a lot out of it. If there is something that was missing, feel free. I like constructive feedback. It's how I build anything. So I'm good with all the name calling and stuff. You want to do that. But yeah, again, thank you again for being here. Thank you again to Pathstone for this opportunity, M&T Bank, and all my presenters from Jessica Lewis to David Simons to Michael Warren. So thank you again.
Yeah,
Anthony,
again,
thank
pleasure.
you. Oh, yeah, sorry. Yep.
Oh, that's fine.
Mike, thank you. Anthony, thank you for being the brains behind this and making sure that this happens every week. And thank you to everybody who showed up every week, whether it was all 6 weeks or just one. It all counts, and we're thankful for you guys and grateful that you show up. And we will see you at the next workshop. We will see you at the next workshop series, or whatever TA we can do for you. Let us know how we can help you in your business journey. Guys, have a great week and have a great rest of your year. We will see you real soon.
Thank you, guys. Enjoy. And I hope everybody has a better day, especially those who are feeling a little down today. So definitely.
Have a good day, guys.
All right. Have a good day.